Hey guys, welcome back to Bobbie and Cece. It is just Bobbie today, and I know that the background and everything is a little bit different. That's because I'm at my house versus Cece's house, which is usually where we film. Also, ignore any crazy sounds you hear. I do have family. Alright, so today is going to be a get ready with me, get to know me, kind of like how Cece did. I'm just gonna do my makeup and talk about like how I got into makeup and stuff. So if you're excited for that, just keep watching. Just know that this like get ready with me, get to know me is going to be like putting on face products and talking about that kind of stuff. I am going to be doing my eyes in another video. So I just primed and I did use my favorite Milk Hydro Grip, but underneath of that I used this Glassy Touch and Soul Business. I used that guy first and then I used this guy second. No, I do not always use two primers, but my skin has been irritated lately. Irritated is not a good word. Like really extra oily in some parts and some like dry in some parts. So I've been trying to extra moisturize my face on the days that I don't have to go out and do stuff in hopes that it will help balance my skin out. So don't forget, like I'm hella blind. So I'm gonna start with my foundation. Today I am going to be using the LA Girl Pro Matte, and this is in the color beige. There's like a whole butt ton of letters, but we're not gonna say any of those. But I'm also going to be mixing it with this Purlisse Perfect Glow BB cream, and I'm mixing them because together this gives this more coverage and this gives this more dewiness. So together they make like this really beautiful baby on my face. So yeah, we're gonna do that. All right, so I am going to talk a little bit about like myself first and then kind of how I got into makeup. The reason why I am going to be talking about myself first, like the basic parts of myself. No, that doesn't sound right. Like the general things about myself first is because they play into my makeup addiction, so to speak. So I went to USD, the University of South Dakota, and when I was there, I was in a sorority, Alpha Zeta Delta. Like, ooh, I can't talk and do this at the same time. This is hard. I was in Alpha Zeta Delta, so like, AZ's out there watching, like, yeah, girl. So I was in a sorority, and they would have like all these formals and all of these, I guess, we had a lot of events. Events is a good word. We had a lot of events that you had to attend, and makeup obviously was not mandatory for anything. So that was like my first dabble into makeup, was trying to do like my makeup, my eyeliner, eyeshadow, stuff like that, in order to make myself look a little more presentable. In my opinion, out of all of my sorority sisters, I feel like I was kind of like one of the dumpier looking ones. I'm surprised I made it in, to be honest. I didn't focus so much on how I looked. I was more worried about how I felt. And since I didn't really care so much about it, it ended up me not wearing a ton of makeup. Well, fast forward a little bit, I met my husband in college, and then I worked at Walmart and he worked at Walmart, and that's how we met. I know, if anybody ever tells you like you might meet your love at your work, just know like totally possible, because I met my love at work. So and Walmart, no doubt, like Vermillion Walmart, apparently that's where it happens. So after I graduated from college, I was pregnant right away, and so I didn't really jump right into the workforce. I did work at Walmart still most of the way through my pregnancy, but I had such bad varicose veins that it didn't really work out. And then I stayed at home with Rory for a little while. Aurora is my daughter. I call her Rory. It's her nickname. She doesn't love it. She wants to be called Aurora. But I stayed home with Aurora for a little while Chris went out and worked, and then I got pregnant with Elias, and after I had him, I was at home with 2 children when my husband was at work, and I found it incredibly difficult to be home with 2 kids. I felt like I had, when my sorority days, become who I wanted to be as a younger person. I had really been able to be myself, and I felt like I had lost that, because something a lot of people don't talk about when you have kids is that when you stay at home and it's not for you, because staying at home is not for everybody, you lose yourself. You turn into Chris's wife. You turn into Aurora and Elias's mom. You turn into that girl that lives in that house on whatever street. You don't turn into Bobbie. Like, it's like you're not you anymore because you are everybody else. And so I was extremely depressed and frustrated, and I lost myself, and I wanted to unlose myself. So I discussed with Chris about going to beauty school. So in beauty school, I know, you're welcome. So my mother-in-law went to beauty school when I was pregnant with Aurora, and after Aurora was born, she graduated. And because she had gone through beauty school and I had listened to her talk a lot about the whole situation, I kind of gained interest. And so she went with me to look at beauty schools. There are only 2 in our area at the time. There is only 1 in our area now. And since there are only 2 in our area, we didn't really have a ton of choice, really, unless you wanted to move somewhere else, which we were not financially able to do anything like that because, well, we had 2 kids and 1 working adult. So I went to Stewart School in Sioux Falls, and it is mandatory to wear 3 types of makeup to class. So I know that right now Cece is in beauty school, and that is where I originally met Cece, was in beauty school. So she kind of already was, I don't want to say she was really into makeup back in beauty school, like not necessarily more into makeup than I was, but she definitely was more talented at makeup than I was. So I had to learn a lot. And in beauty school, they don't really teach you a ton about makeup. You really have to kind of go out and learn on your own. Just like in any school, any job, any situation like that, hands-on experience is always a lot better for you. And so I learned a lot from the University of YouTube. So in the University of YouTube, I watched a lot of Manny and Jeffrey, and I moved on to other people after a little while, but I really started watching Manny. Was like really my first YouTuber that I really, really watched, and I actually still watch Manny. I don't know if it's because he's my first YouTuber that I ever watched. I'm like emotionally attached to him, but I love the way he does YouTube. Like, I just love his personality. I think he is so funny. I watched a lot of Jeffree Star back then because Jeffree Star was kind of like it. I actually haven't watched Jeffree Star in a really, really long time. I don't tend to watch him or a lot of other beauty YouTubers. I like the funny ones. Like, I just tend to gravitate towards people who are funnier. So back then, Jeffree was really funny, and so I liked watching him because he was funny, just like I liked watching Manny because he was funny. And I learned a lot watching them, and I also like watch Tati and stuff like that. So after I graduated from beauty school, I went to work at a salon, Headlines Hair Design, with my mother-in-law, and right out of the gate, I booth rented, so I wasn't paid by the hour. I was paid if people came to see me at the salon. And for the first little while, Faye really tried to like help get me clients in my chair, and it was a little harder because we were newer. So since we were already having, where are you at? Did I not bring you? Maybe I didn't. Okay. Oh, by the way, I use the Huda powder and Cupcake. Right now I'm not really going through like the hows or the whys of why I like this and what I like about that. I didn't really have, I guess, a specialty. And because I didn't really have a specialty in hair yet, I don't know. I guess I had a harder time focusing myself on one thing and trying to build myself up on that one thing in order to get more returning clients, because there were so many people in my salon and we were all booth rent, and I came right out of beauty school, so I didn't already have a large clientele. And so without that clientele and in a low traffic area, which is where we were at, a low foot traffic area. And so you know, Faye could do lashes and she did hair extensions, and Andrea could do sugar waxing, and Mandy only did nails, and then Carla, when we had her, she did braids. And so there wasn't really anything to set me apart from them except for makeup. So a lot of times we would do bridal stuff and they would do the hair and I would do the makeup. And so that we did that for a little while, where kind of as a team we would knock out full bridal parties. That was kind of like, I guess, my thing, because everybody else kind of had their own thing. I kind of delved even more into it and I went harder into it. However, nowadays with the University of YouTube, not as many people are looking to get their makeup just done on the regular. It's usually for like a special occasion that they're wanting it. And in Sioux Falls, there isn't a really large market for makeup artists. Yeah. There's not as big of a market as you would for like somewhere else in California or somewhere a little bigger. And not to say that there aren't very successful estheticians or cosmetologists in Sioux Falls that are making a lot of money doing makeup. I'm definitely not saying that at all. But where I was at, the salon that I was in, and with our foot traffic, I was not making as much money doing that as I thought I could be. So since I was trying to focus on makeup and give myself, did I say what I did this? This is the Anastasia Beverly Hills bronzer, and this is in the shade Saddle. I was trying to focus on makeup at my salon with my peeps, but I kind of just started like really being confident in my skills and trying to get people to come in to do hair or makeup, and a family situation, I guess, kind of came and upset the balance of my life. And since, by the way, I'm fully aware you're supposed to put this on over a cream product, but this product is special. This is the Holika Jelly Dough Blusher. It is something you get off Yes Style. It comes with like a cute little duty bobber. This is grapefruit jelly is what color this is. This formula actually, it like dries powdery, so it actually goes on top of dry products like powder and stuff really well. Anywho, back to like my family ridiculousness. So we had a whole family situation, and because of everything that went down with my family, which obviously I'm not going to dive into this, maybe like one day I will go more in depth with this, but nobody else was really affected the way that I was affected, because it was my mother and my mother-in-law. So two people I'm already really close to, two people I already really love, and also I worked with Faye. So I was just in a very hard situation. I really struggled emotionally to be there with everything that was going on, and I cried a lot, and I felt like I didn't ever want to go to work, because I just didn't want to be there and have to listen to and see all of the shit that was going down. And my mom was already texting me a lot, and Faye was texting Chris a lot, and it was just like, it wasn't ideal. So Christopher and I had a really long, hard conversation, and it really was hard, especially for me, about moving on to a different salon. So I made that jump. I took that leap, and I moved to Ulta, which is where I'm at now. And since moving to Ulta, I have got a lot more opportunity to do makeup and really hone in my skills. And at my salon, I get a lot of compliments from all of my coworkers about how great I am at doing makeup and how it really is like my calling and all that. So I was doing really good with that, and that is, I guess, where I was learning how to do makeup on other people. I learned how to do airbrush through my job. I was never really into makeup just to be into makeup. I was into makeup because of work, but I started getting into makeup more personally because of Cece and because of Kelly, and we would all get together and we would put makeup on and we would dance to K-pop music and we would just have so much fun together, and makeup was like a really big factor in our friendship. It was like makeup and K-pop and fun. Like, that's how we worked. And so I got to do makeup for my job, and I also got to do makeup with my friends. So it just made sense to love it. And then I watched it on YouTube, and it became this really big, important thing in my life. And then, guess what? COVID. So COVID really screwed me over because Ulta shut down. All of my makeup clients haven't returned because Ulta is still not doing makeup in South Dakota. Oh, Sioux Falls, I guess. So I still haven't been able to do makeup on anybody except for my own face, like, which is fine, but like, it's so much more fun to do makeup on other people. I guess, I don't know if I even answered any questions. I don't even know if I talked about anything important. That's what makes these things hard. Like, what's important? What do you talk about when you're like trying to get to know me? Like, I don't really know. So, I haven't really, like, my Ulta just opened not too long ago, and I have only been there for a couple of weeks, and I haven't seen very many clients because everybody's still scared to go outside, and so that's another hard part. And I guess I'm still just doing makeup on myself. Where the hell is my eyebrow brush? So, besides all of those things, my favorite thing to do in makeup, my favorite thing to do on myself, I guess, for makeup is my complexion. And I know that's like not just a single thing, it's like a whole slew of things. I actually really enjoy doing my complexion. My least favorite part is my eyebrows, but the eyebrows are the thing I do every single day. And I really don't love the tip of this, but I am not as into eyeshadow. I usually do really simple looks, but I am branching out. I am trying new things. Obviously, otherwise I wouldn't be like on here trying to show you guys stuff. Oh, I hate this so freaking much. This is not my color. I surely probably don't have another brush down here that can do with my eyebrows. I don't want to go all the way upstairs to grab another one.
One eternity later.
I am back, and I have my stuff for making my brows. I am using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow in the shade Auburn. So like this hair, she's naturally not this color, unfortunately. Actually, she's not supposed to be this color either. So another great part of COVID is that a lot of distributors, a lot of brands stopped producing in their factories. Therefore, their distributors do not have product. Therefore, your salons cannot get product unless you are a corporation salon. Like a corporate salon might have more access to products than like a distributor for like a self-employed person, which I go see a self-employed person. And so this last time I went there, and she did not have the product to make the same exact color, so we kind of messed around and kind of tried some stuff out, and it ended up turning out not the same way as it did the first time. And that's okay because I still liked it. And then I went in to get it retoned to make it a little warmer when I went to get sugar waxed, because I also get sugar waxed. I get my underarms and my legs sugar waxed. And when I went in there, the distributor still hadn't had the products, so she had to use something else to make my hair different, which we used an all over semi-permanent, or maybe it was a demi-permanent Lanza liquid, and it was, I think, 8cc, and that was really cute. I actually really liked that one. I liked that one better than the first time. But since my hair is not naturally auburn, when it fades out, I try to use, this mirror is so tiny, I try to use Anastasia Beverly Hills in chocolate, but, you know, I also have a $1 billion brow thing that I have had in my makeup case forever and ever, amen, that I got from a BoxyCharm, and I thought I'd give that a go, and really just messed up the color of my brows. So I don't know if you just saw that, because I kind of have this thing in here. So sometimes when you're doing your brows get a little crazy, and you want to soften up this front section. So most people don't have even eyebrows. Me and Cece had touched on me wanting to make my eyebrows even in another video, which I will link. And because I like my eyebrows to be more even than they are currently, because I started out with something crazy, I always have to like soften the front or like cheat, like make it look a little different, but I don't like to conceal it. I don't. So I usually don't. So I will take a beauty blender with whatever product I have left on there. Usually the last thing I will use my sponge for is concealer on one side and then powder on the other, depending on what I'm trying to pack down. And so I'll have that little bit of concealer, and then I will take the concealer and I will just tap it on the front ends of my eyebrows, and it will really soften that area up. And then I will take my spoolie and then go through and just spoolie out the front. And if I went a little too hard on the concealer, I can go back in and do some more. If I didn't put enough down, then I can go in and do some more. I know it's like a super big trend right now to have like these big, bushy, fluffy eyebrows, but I'm just not into that. Which, like, great if you are a more natural eyebrowed girl. I spent so much time mastering my complexion because I was doing complexion on other people, and I wanted to make sure that there was absolutely no way that they would have any flaws in their makeup applications. So I focused so hard on complexions that a lot of times I would take complexion, like people in just to practice complexion. And just in case you're ever wondering, if you ever see on like a Facebook for sale site or a Craigslist, or like, I guess I don't really know what other platforms people usually use, Twitter, Instagram, if you ever see somebody asking for models where you don't have to pay for anything, jump on it. It costs, for hair and for makeup, it costs us regardless of if it costs you. So just know, especially if it is a boutique style salon, usually those people are booth renters, and so they are paying for all of the products in order to put it on your head so that they can use what they did for you as advertisement or to hone in on their skills. So a lot of times when they're asking for models, it's because they want to practice a skill or because they need to beef up their book. So I would ask for models so that I could beef up my book, specifically colored skin. I wanted to practice on colored skin, so I had a few deeper skinned Hispanic girls, a few deeper skin like Indian girls, like native from India, also native girls, native from the United States, and also black girls, like deep complected black girls, because I really wanted to see how far my range could go, like my airbrush, see how far my range could go, like if I had what my darkest skin tone was and if it was accommodating for everybody, but also to learn how to put makeup on them. And every single one of them was super great about helping me understand what types of colors that they needed for their skin, because dark skin, light skin, not the same, okay? And it's so important to get their right undertone and to try to figure out, even if you put the foundation on or you airbrush their foundation, it's super duper important to understand that you can correct it if the foundation is not 100% the color that you need, if it's maybe a little too dark, maybe it's a little bit too light, maybe it's a little too yellow, maybe it's a little too pink. You can correct it with concealer, and learning how to do that is also really important. So like as soon as you nail down complexion, like I feel like making your face look flawless is so much more important than having really awesome eyeshadow. So with that being said, now that I've rambled on for a million years and probably talked about absolutely nothing and you probably still don't know anything about me, hi, my name is Bobbie. I am 30 years old. My birthday is in October. I'm a Libra, but I don't really follow astrology. I have 3 dogs. I have 2 kids. I am married to my wonderful husband. He is been my partner for the last 10 years. We have been married for 7 of those years, which is how old my daughter is. And my son is 5. All right. Well, thank you for coming and staying and listening to my random rambles. Hopefully you learned something a little bit about me. Please feel free to leave in the comments something that we share, something we have in common. Maybe you went to beauty school, maybe you had a child right away after college, maybe you have a girl and a boy and your girl is older, maybe you've been married for 10 years. So just tell me about all the things that we share and all the things that we have in common in the comments, because I would love to know the things that you guys have in common with me. I would love to know those things. All right, guys, thank you so much, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye. Okay, it's not that hot in here, really. I'm just whining.